everyone. So today I'm going to be doing my worst products of 2016. I did do a favorites video a few weeks ago, so if you want to see that, I will have it linked either in a card up here or in the description box. But I thought it would be fun to do a video of the worst products that I tried in 2016. And I don't typically make a whole lot of these more like negative kind of based videos, but I don't know, I like knowing what sucks as well as what's really good. So most of these products are things that I had a strong dislike for. A lot of the times there will be a lot of products that I am kind of neutral towards or just kind of like meh in general. But these are products that I like actually really did not like. So I will get started and share those with you. So the first product that I have is from e.l.f. In 2016 they came out with a lot of skincare products, and this is the only one that I have tried really so far, but I just wasn't a fan of this one. This one is the Daily Hydration Moisturizer. It looks like this. I love the packaging of it. It's really cute. I love the color and everything, but something about this, it was just really sticky whenever I applied it to my skin. I honestly only used it about 3 times, and it's just like a, you know, like a moisturizer, but it just left this really tacky feeling on my skin, which I was not about. So that was one thing I definitely did not like in 2016, and I can't remember exactly the price on these, but I definitely think their skincare things are a little bit more expensive than their typical product lines. And I also didn't really care for the scent of this one. It's not super strong, but it does kind of have just a bit of a kind of like chemically smell, which is definitely not something I want in a moisturizer. And I'm honestly not even that picky about scents of things. I'm kind of like pretty lenient with it, so I just really didn't care for this one. Like I said, I haven't tried their other skincare products, so I don't know if they're any good, but just for me personally, this just was just a little bit too sticky. So the next product is another product that I had an issue with just purely based on scent. Now, to be fair, this is just a sample, and I got this, I think, from Sephora with an order, and this is the Estee Edit Skin Glowing Balm makeup, and it's in the color Dune. It's just a little baby sample, and I remember in that haul video I had like talked about that. It was gross. Like, I can't believe I'm gonna smell this again, but it smells so bad. Why am I doing this again? It kind of smells like if you've left like wet laundry in the washing machine and it kind of gets like that damp, like moldy kind of smell. I don't know if this has just gone bad or if this is just how this is supposed to smell, but this is not okay. Again, I have not even put this on my face because it smells so bad. And again, just a sample, but this scent of this, I don't know what is going on with it. So this is most likely going in the trash now. So the next product is not a 100% like complete fail for me, but definitely just wasn't an overall good product, which I kind of should have like realized. But this is from Stila. It is the Stila Illuminating Liquid Foundation, and this was, I think I got it for like $13 at Marshall's. And sometimes I'm a little hesitant whenever I see like high-end makeup brands at Marshall's, because then I'm like, well, if they're selling it so discounted, maybe it's not that great of a product. But that's not always the case, because I have found tons of things from like Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls that were more high-end things that were like really great products. But I just wasn't a huge fan of this. It's in the color 10 Watts, and it is just a foundation, and it just was so like, I don't know, it's so sheer. It just wasn't really anything I cared for. It kind of had a little bit more of a greasy feel to it as well, and overall just not a huge fan. But it wasn't a complete fail, because even though I didn't really care for it too much, I definitely think I could still make it work with maybe like mixing it into other foundations, because like I always say, I don't really want to waste this. It's definitely not so bad of a product that I would throw this away, but it's just one that I don't really want to use or incorporate in with other things. So I think I'll keep it, but overall wasn't a huge fan of this, and especially for $13, like especially for high-end price, like that's really like inexpensive, but like $13, that's like a drugstore foundation, and I didn't care for this. And this one also has a really weird scent. There's just something, a lot of these weird scents. This one, it kind of has this weird like almost like mothball kind of like styrofoam smell. I don't know. So the next thing I got, I think I might have gotten this from like Ross or TJ Maxx. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm kind of over these products, so I have learned my lesson. So this is the All About Face Concealer and Contour Palette, and it's by Style Essentials. So it looks like this. It's just one of those cheap palettes that has, you know, like the cream colors in it. These were just so dry and like sticky at the same time, which I don't really know how that's possible. I have tried to make these work and they're just not good. I'm not a huge fan of these. I've also tried working like using an oil to kind of like break it down a little bit, which I've seen some people put with like their cream contours and stuff, and they seem to like it. I mean, the colors are like really pigmented, but they don't blend very well. They're very waxy and very dry, and especially something like a contour, you want to be able to blend that out, you know, effortlessly. These I just not a huge fan of, and I mean, I probably paid anywhere from like $5 to $8 for this. But I've kind of learned my lesson with these palettes, and I'm kind of over trying cream concealer palettes, so this was a dud. Along the same lines of that, this is a Strobing palette, and I did a review on this a few months ago, and this is by Beauty Treats, and it's just called the Strobing palette. So it looks like this. Number one, the packaging of this is so huge. This is so unnecessarily big. Like, to compare it to that, it's just so big. Why does it need to be this big? But it comes with, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 different products. There's 5 creams and 5 powders. Not a huge fan of this. Again, the creams kind of like range from being really greasy to being really dry, and yeah, not a fan of this either. The powders are okay, but I just don't really have a whole lot of use for them. There is like this stark like silver powder here, which kind of actually shows up on my skin since I'm so pale, but I just don't find myself wanting to use this at all. It just kind of reminds me of like cheap kids makeup. So again, another thing that I've kind of learned my lesson on. I don't really want to try too many more of these kind of super cheap kind of palettes that I see all the time at TJ Maxx, Ross, sometimes Marshalls. This is definitely a product. When I was going through my makeup, I was like, ooh, I hate this product. Like, I actually have like a visceral reaction of, I hate this product. So this is by Hard Candy, and it was called the Candlelit Universally Flattering Illuminating Powder Duo. And it looks like this. I got this from Walmart, and I really love the Hard Candy Baked Bronzer in Tiki. Even though it's a bronzer, it's definitely more of a highlighter for me, and I love that product. It's so good. So I was expecting that same quality in this. This was just so like not good. Like, it broke like the first time I opened it. The little hinge on this one broke, and these are just, nothing comes off. It's so dry, it does nothing, and I probably paid like, I don't know, $6 to $8 for this. No good. Just skip on these. The next mascara I didn't like, I actually don't have it to show anymore, but I also did a video on this one. I think it was my very first buy or bye video, and that was the Rimmel London lash tint. I think it was called Color Volumist. I think that might have been it. But it was basically just like a mascara that's supposed to tint your lashes over like 2 weeks. Like, the more you use it, the darker your lashes are supposed to be permanently tinted. Or not permanently tinted, but you know, like semi-permanent, so like it'll fade if you don't use it and stuff like that. That mascara, I actually didn't mind the mascara that much. I thought it was, you know, pretty decent. But as far as the actual lash tinting claims, I honestly don't think it did anything. Which I was like super like really excited for that to work, because I have super light, almost like blonde eyelashes, and if I could just like tint those and have my eyes like not look weird, I thought that would have just been a great product. So like the last kind of things I have all kind of go together, and honestly were kind of like my biggest shit product of 2016. The first one was the NYX lip lingerie ones. Now these, the colors, I loved the color selection of them. They were so beautiful. There were a lot of nudes and browns and taupes and just all kinds of colors. This is the only one I have. It's in the color Baby Doll. The color is absolutely beautiful, but I just can't get past the scent of this one. It is the most chemically liquid lipstick I have ever smelled in my life. And I've also used the LA Splash or La Splash ones before. I have the color Ghoulish, and that one also has a really strong chemical smell. It's actually what I'm wearing today. But that one, even with that really strong chemical smell, it's like nowhere near as bad as this one. And I don't want to put that smell on my lips. It is just so strong. It really honestly gives me a headache. So the colors are beautiful, but I can't get past the scent on this. And like I said, scents usually don't bother me too much, but I could not with this one. So next is the biggest fail for me for 2016 makeup, and it's kind of my own fault, so I don't really blame anyone but me, but I kind of went crazy. Originally I had purchased like 5 or 6 of these liquid lipsticks from shopmissa.com, and they were the Clean Color Madly Matte Lip Gloss. So these are what they look like. I did a huge video swatching like 36 of all these liquid lipsticks. So I had originally purchased about like 5 or 6 from Shop Missa for $1 a piece, and I was like, well, they're only $1, and if it sucks, whatever. But the 6 that I got, they were not the best liquid lipsticks ever, but they were definitely, I think, workable for me. So then I was kind of excited to go purchase all the other colors that I could find, and it was always hard to find them from Shop Missa, so I actually went to Clean Color's website to get them, and I ordered like all the colors that they had at the time. Since then, they have honestly probably released like maybe 30 more colors. It seems like just every few weeks they have like 6 more colors to their collection. They've now got a lot of metallic ones. So here they are, all the colors that I had purchased, and it was such a letdown. So from Clean Color's website, they were actually $1.99 a piece, so it's like twice the price as they were from Shop Missa, but $1 versus $2 really not that big of a difference. So I had this great idea that I was going to buy all the colors and do this epic lip swatch video, because I thought that the product was, you know, not that bad, because those first few colors that I had, they weren't super sticky. They had a little bit of tackiness to them, but definitely not to the extent that some of these other colors have. But there's a million colors here. They're so beautiful. Like this one is like, would be one of my favorite colors, and it's called a Majesty. This would be such a beautiful color, but I'm just so let down from these. So when you put them on at first, they're okay, but when they start to dry, they get so sticky, like sticky to the point where it's like sticking my lips shut together. But they also had so many really fun out there colors, especially for $1. I was so excited. This one's called Peacock. It's this like teal color. I was so excited for these, and it was just such a letdown. So I really, really wanted to love those, but unfortunately, it just wasn't in the cards for me. I know some people say that they have liked to try putting translucent powder on the top, which I have done before. And yes, it does kind of help a little bit with the stickiness, but then it kind of like just cakes up a bit. And that's just, honestly, that's just an extra step for a liquid lipstick that I don't feel like I should have to do. So overall, even though they were $1 or $2 in some cases, it was just overall kind of the worst product of 2016 for me. And then the last 2 products go hand in hand with the Clean Color ones. These I got from Marshall's. They were $2.99 a piece, and I only got 2 of them because I didn't want to like go crazy again. But these are by the brand Max Makeup Cherimoya. I have not even actually showed these on my channel before. I got these around Christmas time, and they were just, you know, liquid lipsticks. I didn't even bother opening this one. Maybe I'll like, I don't know, save it as a giveaway for someone. I don't know. But same thing, really pretty colors, but absolute same kind of consistency. They look really pretty, but then they get super, super sticky. So I would just say pass on these. So I'm still on the hunt to find like the perfect cheap liquid lipsticks. There's a whole bunch of like drugstore brands that are releasing things, and I can't wait to try them, but overall I was really disappointed. So that is it for all of the worst products that I tried in 2016. Again, I don't really like making a whole lot of negative videos, but if a product sucks, I'm going to tell you about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.